Now let's continue the chapter. If you look on page 5-18, now you have to open a new drawing. So let's go back to open, and the drawing is the locator. Select that, click open. Now we are going to go in layers, so go back in your home tab, layers, and we are creating new layers. You're already familiar with that, so click on layer properties, and we are creating 3 new layers. First one is construction. The second one is called wireframe. And the third one is surface. Let's check the colors. The construction should be white. The surface is cyan. So let's select cyan and click OK. And wireframe should be blue. Line weight for the wireframe has to be changed. So instead of default, it will be 0.3. So select 0.3 and click OK, and then you can close. Now select your entire drawing, and let's change the layer. We want that to be in the wireframe layer. Press Escape, and I'm going to change my UCS. I'm going to align my UCS to the World Coordinate System. Now let's go back to my View tab, and I do want to use the free orbit once again, and I want to see all the vertical lines in that circle. Maybe I should just zoom in, it's kind of far. There we go. Right click and exit. Now let's go back to my home tab, and I want to modify, so I'm going to click on the modify panel, and I want to use the break command. So click on break. I'm going to zoom in closer. So select the top circle, right click, select first point. Now select this end point, and then select the second point as this point here. So we broke a piece of that circle. Let's repeat the break command. Go in modify, break, select the top arc, right click, select first point, choose this end point here, and for the second point choose the same. So now if you select that portion of the arc, now it's separate. So again, modify, we need to extend, so click on the extend command. First you have to select the boundary, so I'm going to select this vertical line. Then you right click and select this arc here. Right click and enter. So now you can see that I have 2 separate arcs. Let's change the layer to surface. Let's go in the mesh tab, and we are going to select tabulated surface. So click on that, then click on this arc, and then we are going to select the vertical line as the vector. So if you go back to view, you can change the visual style, let's say realistic, and see what you've just created. Okay, I'm going to go back to 2D wireframe and keep going. You can create on the other side as well. So go back in mesh, tabulated surface, select the arc, and then the line. Now we are going to create a ruled surface between the arc and a line. So click on that. Now select the arc here. You can zoom in closer if you need, and then select this line. Let's repeat the command. So again, ruled surface, select the arc, and select the line. Now I'm going to go to the View tab. I'm going to look into my Southeast isometric view again, and then I'm going to go in Draw, Modeling, Meshes, 3D Face, and create the faces on this object. So let's start by picking the points. You can press spacebar, and you can change the visual style so you can see what you just created. Go back to 2D wireframe, Draw, Modeling, Meshes, and 3D Face. So you're going to keep going, creating all the meshes you need. Press spacebar or enter. Go back to realistic. And again, you can use the free orbit command to see what you've done. We are not done yet. So I'm going to leave like this. Right click, click on exit. Go back to the wireframe. So now let's create this mesh here. So go in draw, modeling, meshes, 3D face. I'm going to start with this endpoint here. I'm going to zoom in closer and get the correct endpoint. Press the space bar again. And if you go in visual styles, you can see realistic visual style. And if you go in hidden, remember I still have to hide those lines. I'm going to do that at the end. So go back to 2D wireframe, and I still have some meshes to create, so I'm going to go in draw, modeling, meshes, and 3D face. Start with this endpoint here. Go in draw, modeling, meshes, 3D face, and do the same on the other side. So you can now hide the lines that we don't want to see. So type edge, press spacebar or enter. I'm going to zoom in closer and just pick those lines. I think there is one here. Press spacebar or enter. Go back to your hidden view and go back to 2D wireframe. Let's also go to southeast isometric, and you can go in free orbit. And see that we haven't done the bottom and the back. So how about we do the back first? Right click and exit, go back to your 2D wireframe. Now go in draw, modeling, meshes, 3D face, and pick the points, all the corners that you need. And then let's go to free orbit once again, and I want to see the bottom. Right click and exit. I'm gonna zoom out a little. So now let's go in draw, modeling, meshes, and 3D face, and create the last mesh that we need. Press spacebar twice, type edge, press spacebar, and select the lines that you want to hide. Press spacebar again. Now if you go back to hidden, and you can go back to your southeast isometric as well, and then your realistic, and see the result. Thanks for watching.